We have just regular sugar pie pumpkins. Porcelain doll, which Tina wanted those. Do you even remember what those are?
Yeah, they're like a whitish gray color.
Oh yeah, the white ones. And then Gerardale, they're like a blue pumpkin. And then my favorite, which Tina thought I was crazy for ordering, is the Atlantic Giant. So that pumpkin could get like 1,000 pounds, and that would be pretty cool. All right, we're out here at the garden tonight. I've had a few people ask us how the garden's doing. It's been mid-upper 90s, super hot, so we waited. It's almost 8 o'clock now, but try to get out here and get some stuff done. It's not doing great. So right there is cucumbers. They're jamming. We've picked a whole bunch. Our tomatoes, we got a few plants that are coming through, but they really struggled. These right here in the front are some cucuzzi squash that are coming through. This is a row of squash that's not doing great. Our peppers are not doing great. There's a couple plants that are doing better than others. And then our strawberries are just jamming along. We picked one today, there's one there. I think we lost 5 or 6 plants, but out of 50, it's not too bad. We lost 2 cucumber plants. I think that's our fault. We bent the stems, so those broke off. But I think the biggest issue is we ordered compost, and the landscape company that delivered it, when we called them, said, do you have compost? They said yes. Turns out what they delivered, after we paid and after it was delivered, we found out it was garden soil. So it was topsoil mixed with leaf compost, and not straight compost. So the soil is very lacking. Bobo, what's the matter? Nothing? She's been under the weather, so she's a little cranky, but we are growing weeds pretty well, so at least something's growing here. But we got to get some stuff planted in here. Potatoes, beans, carrots. We've kind of been slacking on this, so we're gonna go ahead and plant these potatoes or these beans first on this cattle panel, and then we'll throw in some potatoes and see how far we can get tonight. What do you got there?
Okay.
Cucumber? Can you say cucumber? I guess we're not gonna pickle that one. Somebody decided to eat it. Fresh off the vine. So first we're gonna plant is contender green beans. We stuck up this cattle panel so that they can grow up. Alright, so that's 16 of those plants, which should be plenty, hopefully. Alright, next up we got some soybeans from Johnny Seeds. They say 1 inch apart. I don't think I'm going to do 1 inch apart. I'll give them a little bit more space. Quarter to half inch deep. I don't know how many of these I'm going to plant. We'll just wing it. We get a number that looks good. "32 plants. I think that'll be plenty. Considering we don't eat it too often. Just when I make you sushi. All right, so I think on the back side of that row we'll plant some radishes. We got maybe, oh, I don't know, there's maybe 10 feet, 10 feet. So we'll plant some radishes down there. Next up we're gonna do potatoes, and we'll go through which potatoes we have because we have a bunch. Okay, so the first ones we're gonna plant we got from, where did we get them from? Stark Bros?
Yes.
Or is that box from the strawberries? I don't think we ordered from Stark Bros. This is Wood Prairie Family Farm, but I don't think that's who we ordered from.
I don't even know.
I think that's where they got them from. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen where we got them from because I cannot remember. So the first ones are Yukon Golds. So we just ordered these seed potatoes. I'm gonna have to use this video as reference so I know where we planted these things. I don't know if our rows are deep enough. I guess we'll find out whether or not these things grow. It's all an experiment. Luckily the world has not collapsed yet, so we can still go to the grocery store. All right. Next up, we'll do reds and then russets. Next up, we got dark red Norland potatoes. 1, 2, 3. There's only 4 of those. So when you order these, they go by weight. So it's 1 pound. That one had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 or 9. These reds have 4, and then the russets have 4. So. Note to future Adam in 4 months when I come to pick these, what these are. All right, so now we'll do some caribou russets, they're called. All right, so that's it from the seed potatoes that we ordered, but we have other potatoes that have sprouted. Okay, so we've been saving our potatoes that we buy at the store when they started sprouting. So, I don't know if they'll take off, but all we can do is try. A little moldy there. These are 2 Yukons. Okay. Russets, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the rest of these, I got 2 more bags of russets. We'll start up the other row and do those. Bobo, you gonna help? Come here.
Drop these. Go help Papa. Go help him.
You got the onions?
It's supposed to be pointed on up. What size in the package?
Can you put these in the ground? Here. Let's go.
Are you covering them up or are you waiting until you're done?
You can cover them. Bobo, let me see. Let me see. Okay, let's put holes. Ready? Come on.
I don't even know if you put any in these holes.
I did it in a couple. All these ones I didn't.
They're dried up. Are you putting them in?
Yeah.
Even if there's nothing in the flat?
What's the worst that happened? Let me see some. I don't know how many we got. Oh, thank you for my water. Thank you, you're a good helper. So we got this little tool, but it's been sitting in the greenhouse and I think the glue dried up or something, but it works really well for getting holes in the ground. So what else we got? That's it tonight?
Carrots?
We gotta do carrots and radishes. And then we gotta start our seeds for watermelons, pumpkins, and all that jazz. So we'll finish out this onion row with carrots, and then we'll finish out the potato row with radishes, and then the bean row with radishes. But that won't be tonight, so she's gotta go to bed. We gotta go let Riley out, the gimp, take care of her. She's had to go to the vets today, so she's on some medicine to calm her down. So we gotta let her out, and then I think I'm just gonna pull some weeds with whatever daylight I have left, and then I'll water these in, and then probably wait till tomorrow night, and maybe come out here once it cools down again and do some more planting. All right, so here's a close-up of 3 plants. This one's kind of small, this one's pretty big, and then that one's real small. So the stem on this one it's pretty good. It's got some flowers, and there's a couple more over here that are doing all right. Our peppers, there's a couple that are doing okay, but some of them are not. We've added a bunch of amendments to the soil. That pepper plant's doing okay. There's a few that are good, a few that are not. A couple tomato plants missing. I think an animal might have gotten those ones because they're just gone. But the ones that are doing okay, that came back, they're doing pretty good. They're just late bloomers. So like I said, we've added a bunch of nitrogen, added amendments to the soil. And these ones here are doing okay. They're starting to come around. This one just picked up. Some of these peppers just picked up. So they're coming around, just late bloomers, I think, because of the bad soil. But we should get some harvest from these. So it won't be a total loss. But next year, it should be quite a bit better when we make our own compost and don't have to rely on an outside source for compost that we didn't get. So yeah, anyway, we'll pick it up tomorrow afternoon. So she got the cone of shame on. She's actually putting a little bit of weight on her foot now. She hasn't been doing that so much with the bandage on, but she got the bandage off today. Like I said, she's a little drugged up because of the issues we had at the vet the first time. So she's not walking super straight, but there she goes, putting weight on her foot, which is a good thing. So you can see here, it's a little bit swollen. Probably hard to see in the video. If she lays down, I might be able to get her. Yeah, you kind of see about 1.5 times the size, but on the checkup today, the doctor said that she cut between her pads and on the pad a little bit, and she actually cut the artery inside. That's part of the reason why it's swollen. So he had to go in there and stitch up the artery, and then he added 2 stitches into the bottom of her pad. So she goes back in another week to get the stitches removed, but the swelling, I think we took the bandage off today, so all that blood is flowing back to it, and I'm guessing and just it's probably like that before, we just didn't notice it with the bandage. But he said she should be good. She'll make a full recovery, so hopefully within a week she'll be back to her normal self. All right, it is, what time is it? Almost 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
It's super humid out here, but it's not as hot. There was a nice breeze this afternoon. We thought it would be cool, but so much for that. The breeze died down, so we got to get this stuff planted. We weren't sure how to do this for the carrots, but just take this piece of metal and that seems to work pretty good. So we're gonna work down, we'll do half this row with carrot seeds because we don't know how much we have. And then if we have more, we'll keep going. Otherwise, we'll throw something else down there.
Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, why not? So I don't know how well it picks up because it's getting dark, but you can see picked all the weeds in this whole thing, and they're already coming back. It was 2 days ago that we were out here. We didn't work yesterday, but 2 days ago, and these things are already coming back in full force. So we're just gonna have to spend, I don't know, every waking moment out here picking weeds. First rule to gardening on a large-ish scale, have a bunch of kids, because then you don't have to do that and the kids can do it. All right, while she's doing that, I'm gonna plant the squash. So we got some butternut, but I only got 4 seeds left. So those are from MIGardener. That's what we'll plant here. These are 48 inches apart.
probably go a little bit tighter. We've been doing that and things seem to be doing okay. And then next up we're gonna do some acorns. Which is funny, we have up by the pigs an acorn squash plant that is a volunteer, and we've harvested some squash off it already.
All three of them?
Yep. So the first ones are the Noir de Carmes. Carmes. This one.
Is that good?
24.
So you said 2 feet?
Yeah. And then a Disto 47 is the next cantaloupe. Both from MIGardener. And then we got 2 different kinds of watermelon. We got Sugar Baby and Jubilee. These are our 4 food. No. 4 is 16, 16, 32. Yeah, that's probably it. We'll do 4 of these because that's all we'll have space for. Do 4 feet. The other stuff seemed to work pretty good, tighter, like the tomatoes and everything else. We put the cucumbers are jamming, and we put those super tight.
Give me 6.
I know. Use what you can, because it looks like you got a lot of room left.
Did I put one there?
I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe. No.
No, I put one there.
Okay, so last row we're gonna do pumpkins, but I didn't weed that row yet. I forgot that I came out here with a weed whacker first to get all the tall stuff, and then I forgot to go back and pick it. So we're not gonna plant those tonight. Maybe I'll come out here tomorrow morning, weed it real quick, and then plant these. But we're probably gonna have to do multiple rows. We have 3 more beds to build, 3 or 4 more beds to build over there once that silage sharp is done. But I'll go over the pumpkins real quick. So we have just regular sugar pie pumpkins, porcelain doll, which Tina wanted those. Do you even remember what those are?
Yeah, they're like a whitish gray color.
Oh yeah, the white ones. And then Gerardale, they're like a blue pumpkin. And then my favorite, which Tina thought I was crazy for ordering, is the Atlantic Giant. So that pumpkin could get like 1,000 pounds. And That would be pretty cool. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. Maybe just feed it to the pigs, but it'd be pretty cool to have 1,000-pound pumpkins. So like I said, we'll get this weeded tomorrow morning. We'll plant those. All right, we're back out here putting the stakes in. So we're just using these fence posts that we got for the sheep because we have extra right now. The sheep paddock's not very big, but they're working out pretty good. Some of the tomatoes, we're doing 4 or 5 plants, and then we had a couple wooden stakes left over from the house build. We used those on a couple of the peppers that weren't doing too great. You can see there, we picked some more cucumbers. Other things have been coming in like gangbusters. We got this cucuzzi squash, just trying something with it, put a tomato cage around it. We're just experimenting. You can see here a bunch of the seeds. It was 2 days ago that we planted most of those. The beans we planted, the potatoes, onions, and then that's where we stopped 2 days ago. And then yesterday we did the carrots and the other stuff. Or maybe, no, it might have been more than 2 days ago for the beans. I can't remember. Whatever I said when we were doing the onions, but you can see things are starting to come back around. So I guess our green thumb is coming back a little bit. So anyway, these stakes should help. So that's where we're gonna end this one. And then hopefully in a few weeks we'll update again and we'll have a lot more plants. Our strawberries are jamming on this last row. We've harvested a couple real small ones, so hopefully we can update with some more pumpkins and beans and everything else. But thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video.